Welcome, listeners, to episode 31 of the Hogline Podcast. I'm hosting today solely by myself. I'm joined by two people. I'm just making a point. Mitchell's not with us. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I'm joined by my two roommates, Frankie Carter.
How we doing, gentlemen? Good to be here in Pittsburgh with you guys. Good to be here.
And my other roommate, Alex Templin.
Thanks for having me. Great to be on the pod.
All right, so today we're gonna do our NHL playoff preview, as the playoffs begin on puck drop on Wednesday.
Can we time out? Let's time out hockey. I just want to say
Wednesday. 5 games on Wednesday. 3 games on Thursday.
3 games Thursday. Just an absolutely tremendous week of sports, though. Right?
Yeah.
National championship tonight. What do we got? What's Wednesday?
Masters at the end of the week.
Starting. Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fantastic. I mean, Frozen 4 for college hockey too. Not too popular.
Thursday,
but
yeah.
Thursday. National championship Saturday. Best week of sports, honestly. Should be good.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
Should be good.
It's,
Should be real good.
Weather's starting to get good too. So.
Oh yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know.
So, just to give you a kind of an outline of how we're going to be doing things, we're just going to go through every matchup of the postseason for the NHL, and Frankie and Temp, that's his nickname, they'll go through just analyze each team, give some key players that they want to highlight, and their prediction of the series, and then we're going to go through our conference finals predictions, and then Stanley Cup winners. Frank, I just want to check. Where's your mic?
Right here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, it's in the thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's back here.
Oh, it's back there?
I can.
Yeah, just want to check just to make sure. All right, cool.
Gotcha.
All right,
Or
we're good.
go in the ear, like over the ear with the other one.
Headphones go in the ear. No, okay.
Should I do that?
No, you're good. Whatever.
I kind of like that actually.
Other ear.
That's what.
Whatever. Yeah.
It'll work.
Whatever works for you.
All right, so let's kick it off with the first series. We got you guys want to start with the West?
We're starting with the
Let's start with
East.
East. Let's start with
East.
Yeah.
Okay.
West is tough
Alright.
this year. Not gonna lie, West is very tough.
Just a heads up, my hockey knowledge is limited, so I'm gonna be taking a step back. But these boys will carry the load. So we're starting with the East, and we got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Columbus Blue Jacks. Frankie starts off.
All right, so I got some stats here on this series. Tampa Bay 3-0 against Columbus this season. Tampa head over heels best team in the NHL throughout the year consistently. 62 wins this year, tied the NHL record. Tied, what was it, the 95-96 Wings, I believe?
President's Trophy by a mile. 62 wings.
Yeah, and that team, that Red Wings team that they tied for wins, did not go on to win the Stanley Cup. The Avalanche won that year.
Yeah. I just wanted to add on that. In the salary cap era, which is 2005-2006, after the lockout, only 4 of the last 13 President's Trophy winners have even made the conference finals.
And the last 3 have lost in round 2. That was Preds last year, the Caps 2 years before. Last team to win the Stanley Cup after winning the President's Trophy was the 2012-2013 Chicago Blackhawks. Fantastic team they were. That's when the dynasty kind of got really going. But let's get into some specifics. Tampa Bay, clearly the better team, really, I would say. Just head over heels. I mean, they got one of the best defensemen in the NHL, in Victor Hedman, a top goalie, Vasilevsky. I mean, they're just an absolutely fantastic team. I don't really see them losing early, I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're led by Nikita Kucherov. Led the league in points and assists, 128 points.
Jeez, crazy.
Steven Stamkos, 98 points, and Braden Point, great year for him, 92 points.
Young guy, too. They got another youngster coming up. It's crazy to think that. But, and then, I mean, looking on the other side, Tampa is kind of they've been steadily one of the best teams the past couple of years. Columbus, this is kind of really it for them. And it's sad because they haven't done really anything. Not that I'm a Columbus fan, but they really haven't done anything. But after this year,
they've never won a
playoff series in their franchise history. The first time they made it was only a couple years ago, right? They lost to the Pens, I believe. That was the first series.
And like I say to you, I think there's 3 teams in the playoffs this year, which their season is, you could say, Stanley Cup or bust. And the Lightning and Blue Jackets are 2 of those 3 teams.
Absolutely.
We'll get to the other one later. But Blue Jackets went all in at the deadline, traded away a few prospects. They got Matt Duchene. Who else?
Dzingel.
And then they also have Duchesne will be an unrestricted free agent. Bobrovsky, Panarin, a lot of question marks after this year. So this is they struggled after the trade deadline, but they're coming in hot, winning 7 of the last 8.
Yeah, 7 of 8.
So not a great matchup for the Blue Jackets in a year like this, where they went all in.
The thing about Columbus, though, I don't feel like a lot of the top teams wanted to play them because they do have some good players.
Yeah.
Like, they can skate.
Yeah,
they have a
it's
veteran
also
coach.
It's the same thing for the Lightning. The Lightning probably wanted to face a team other than Columbus,
Like a
in the first
Carolina,
round.
honestly,
Yeah.
to be completely honest.
But okay, so some Blue Jacket stats. They were led by Artemi Panarin, 87 points. Cam Atkinson, 69, and Pierre-Luc Dubois, 61. And Bobrovsky had a good year. Interested to see how he does in playoffs because a lot of times he kind of in playoffs.
Very
playoffs
bad.
aren't really his time.
Not the Blue Jackets' time, honestly.
Yeah.
Bad history there.
And I wanted to add, the Blue Jackets have the 4th worst power play in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
should we slide into our predictions for this series, I
Yeah,
guess?
what do you guys? Winners in and how many games?
I don't think this is a surprise here. Obviously, I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm taking them in 5. I think 5 or 6. I could see Columbus winning 1 or 2 in this, but definitely Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I said 5.
I also have the Lightning in 5. I think if the Blue Jackets play very disciplined, keep the Lightning off the power play.
Yeah, they could steal.
They can maybe steal 2.
Yeah.
But
No way.
like I said to you, they're not very disciplined. They don't really play as a team, and even if they're playing 5-on-5 the whole series, the Lightning can still win
the Lightning,
5.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it should be a good one though. Excited to see that.
I'll take the Lightning in 4.
Taking a sweep. That's
because they
bold.
have cool jerseys.
Okay,
I'm kidding.
that's fine.
I mean,
I
sure,
don't mind
whatever.
the jerseys. They got solid jerseys.
All right. So next we got the Boston Bruins versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we'll start. Tempe starts one off.
all right. So this has been a series the last 2 years.
Second straight year they're playing the first round. Yep.
The Maple Leafs have lost to the Bruins in their last 5 series since 1969. The Bruins had another good year. Pretty typical of them.
What were they? Did they finish second or third in the league? I think they were third. Or were they second? I know if Calgary was up there.
I think they were tied. I think they both Calgary and the Bruins had 107 points.
Oh, okay.
The Bruins had a 19-game point streak after the All-Star game, but they're just 7-7 coming into the playoffs since then. They're led by Brad Marchand. He had 100 points this year. David Pastrnak.
Talk about a loser, Brad Marchand. That guy's the worst.
81 points. Patrice Bergeron, 79, and David Krejci, 73.
Big year for Krejci out of nowhere, honestly.
Yeah. Always good defensively. He really breakout offensive year. But the Bruins are really led by that top line: Marchand, Pastrnak, and Bergeron.
Mm-hmm.
They really win and lose through that line and what that line does.
Yeah, absolutely. A few more stats here. We'll throw it over to the Leafs for a little bit. The first season series this year, Boston went 3-1 against Toronto. Toronto won the 4th of 4 meetings.
Let me interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
With the goalies this year, they split time between Tuukka Rask and Yaroslav Halak. Both goalies had very similar stats. So I'm sure Rask will get the start, but he's kind of a streaky goalie. So we'll see if Halak gets some time in that series.
Wouldn't be surprised either.
Wouldn't be surprised
especially with the way Toronto can score. Rask could get lit up one game. You never know.
All right, go ahead, Toronto, Frankie.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, Boston 3-1 against Toronto. Leafs haven't won a playoff series since 2004. Haven't won a cup since 1967. Kind of been a mess of a franchise. Probably literally one of the only original 6 franchises that have been a mess for a really long time, honestly. It just stinks too because it's a great hockey market. Really, really tough place to win. Leafs, I think Marner led them in points this year, right?
Yeah.
Austin Matthews had been up there, and they obviously got John Tavares over the offseason.
Morgan Riley,
Great excellent.
20 goals.
He'll be up for a Norris Trophy. Norris is Defenseman of the Year. He'll for sure be up for that. Freddie Anderson in that solid goalie. No, maybe a little bit above average, but nothing too crazy.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you just fill in for a hockey dummy like me? How was Tavares' season, and like, do you think this is a good move for his career wise?
I honestly do think it was a good move for his career. No offense to the Islanders fans out there, but they're a little bit of them. I mean, they made the playoffs this year. They got a great coach, but I think it was time for him to move on. He doesn't know. He doesn't know New York much.
Yeah, and like I told you, Frankie, the Maple Leafs, their model in the past few years, hitting on a lot of their first round draft picks.
Yeah.
They're all on the team. That's what a team like the Oilers should be. But Boston and Toronto are two pretty even teams.
It is tough to look at. It really is.
Boston really just has an edge there. Maybe even, or probably in Toronto's heads, considering how the last series
they're in
gone.
their kitchen. They're in their kitchen all year.
How about that? Was it 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Toronto's up 4-2 going into the third period with like a minute left.
Game 7.
In Game 7 in Boston. Boston scores 2 goals in a minute to tie it, and then they go on to win in overtime too. Yeah, so should we slide into predictions for this one, I guess?
Yeah.
Let me add
throw it in there.
comment here. William Nylander, he played in just 54 games this year. He waited to sign his contract until after the December 1st deadline, so he missed the first 2 months of the season. And he finished with only 27 points, so it's just half a point a game. I really didn't like that, especially holdouts do not happen in hockey a lot, and it's kind of like an unwritten rule.
That he's really not that special of a player either. So
yeah, and I really think that I think that set Toronto back a little bit this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so
predictions. You go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
I went first last time. So like I said, two very even teams. Bruins have home ice. Not that really matters that much, but I'm going to take them in Game 7. Bruins will win in 7 on home ice. So go ahead, Frank.
Mr. Temp, it looks like we agree once again. I'm also taking Boston in 7 games. I think it's going to be another heartbreaker in Boston for Toronto, to be completely honest, like it was last year, like it was in 2013. Toronto just doesn't have the defensive depth that Boston does, really. They can't play defense. They can outscore Boston some games, but they can't. They can't keep pucks out of their own net.
Mm-hmm.
I think Boston wins that series. I mean, honestly, and Toronto's a team that has a lot of pressure too. So this one really could go anyway.
And to add to that, Toronto also has a lot of pressure due to their salary cap situation. They still need to sign Mitch Marner. Who else?
Did they sign Riley? I'm not sure if they have him.
I don't think they signed
I think they have him on like a
Gardner's
bridge deal.
Gardner.
Another one of their better defensemen.
Because the big contract for Tavares,
Yeah.
Extension for Matthews, and then Nylander's contract, which he held out for.
Quick thing about Austin Matthews too. Here, probably the Maple Leafs' most prolific player, or him and Tavares, probably the most well known. Austin Matthews only has 2 points versus Boston this year. I don't know if one of those was a goal. Honestly, I think it's 2 assists. And I know in the series last year he was held pointless for the first 5 or 6 games. Wow. So he's always struggled against Boston, and that's honestly the Leafs' go-to scorer. So
there's some players that
show
can't
up,
really elevate their game, and that's
he's still young too. So
I forgot to add that about Duchesne for the Blue Jackets.
He's the worst.
Like I've said this before, I think he will not have a good playoffs. He hasn't been good with Columbus, and I don't. Not a fan of him.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because he ruins teams. But I don't.
In Ottawa, throw that back to Ottawa.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's a classic series. That's an original 6 matchup. That should be fantastic.
Yeah.
Two great hockey atmospheres.
If that goes 7 games, that's just a real treat.
Yeah, honestly.
Everyone except the losing team.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a preference. I don't like either of those teams, to be completely honest. So whoever wins, I'm not going to like it either way. So
yeah,
I'm excited for that one. It'll be good.
I'll go take the Bruins in 6 just cause.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, me and Frankie have not seen each other's predictions.
Yes,
we had the same predictions for the first 2 rounds we did, but we have not seen each other's predictions.
I'll vouch for that, I promise.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Next matchup. Yeah, we got the Washington Capitals, defending Stanley Cup champions, versus the Carolina Hurricanes. And let it be known, Frankie is a completely biased Capitals fan, so just take his opinion for what it's worth in this series. Whose turn is to start? So, Frankie.
Let me just say, Carolina. If they weren't playing the Capitals, they would be the team I'm rooting for in this playoffs. Haven't made it since 2009.
So that was the longest drought.
Yeah,
they just broke. Yeah.
We're honestly a very, very good team and a very, very good hockey atmosphere in the early 2000s. Guys get old and you have to do a rebuild, but they're finally back in. Since Christmas, they're 31-12-2, one of the hottest teams coming in. A lot of young guys, a lot of potential.
You shoot everything.
Yeah, a lot of shot attempts. They can wheel. They can absolutely fly this team.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be tough to keep up with for the entire series, honestly, and especially in a city where they haven't seen playoff hockey in a while. There's going to be a lot of excitement.
Hats off to Rod Brindamore.
Seriously, fantastic coach. He did a great job with them this year. Season series, Caps win 4-0 versus Carolina. One of those wins coming in the shootout earlier in the year. These teams actually had a home and home 2 weeks ago where they played each other back to back. Caps took both of those. I think that actually clinched them their playoff spot when they beat them. But yeah. So, do you have anything on Carolina you want to add?
Not really. I guess I could add that they have been playing 2 goalies this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another team.
Was it Peter Mrazek?
Yep.
Peter Mrazek and McElhinney.
Yeah, Curtis, I think is his name.
Curtis McElhinney.
Picked him up off waivers.
Yeah. He was picked off waivers from the Maple Leafs, I believe. Had a great year for them. Both goalies played well down the stretch.
Easily the best waiver signing of the year. Easily.
And, yeah, that goalie duo is. I'm really not sure which one is going to start game 1 or who's going to get the majority of the minutes in that series, but both of them are solid and have been playing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you want to go over any players in this series?
I mean, they got who they have. Like Aho is probably the leading scorer.
Yeah,
right?
Aho, and then Teravainen.
Yeah,
with
Teravainen.
76 points, and then some depth scoring. Like you said, a lot of young guys. Scoring comes from a lot of places.
We'll be very good soon. Just
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't expected.
It was a great year for them.
Yeah, honestly, it was good for them to get back in. So.
Then I just wanted to add Caps 720 goal scorers on the year.
Some of the best depth in the league, really.
Yeah,
they have two very good top lines. That's the reason they won last year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's throw it over to the boys in red, white, and blue. Ovechkin,
with the Canes,
another 50-goal year for him. His 8th Rocket Richard, new NHL record, absolute legend, still going strong. They got Backstrom, Kuznetsov, literally the exact same team that won the Cup last year. Yeah, don't really have much more to say. I mean, Holtby can get hot in the playoffs and he can win you a series or two, which he did last year, honestly. So I mean, I really think for the Caps it comes down to him, like it does for most teams. It comes down to their goalie.
So last year when Holtby didn't start, he did not start Game 1 of the playoffs.
He did not start Game 1, 2, or 3 in the playoffs last year. He came in relief in Game 3, and then the Caps won 4 straight that series.
So, what do you think about Phoenix Copley if he has to play a game?
That is terrifying to me, to be completely honest. Yeah, that was like literally their 2 biggest question marks coming into the year was their 4th line and their backup goalie. So if they, I mean, and that's what the playoffs it exposes your weakness. Really, that's how you lose. Mm-hmm. So say something does happen to Holtby, I mean, I really hope it doesn't. That'd be absolutely killer. But yeah,
no, I'm not saying.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, if he
gets
bad games, 2 bad games.
And what do you think of the 4th line now?
4th line's actually very good. I mean, they got Hagelin. Honestly, that was huge. That Hagelin,
great penalty killer. Yeah. He doesn't score like
ever
anymore, but
he can fly.
Having him on the 4th line in the playoffs is a huge deal.
Huge.
He's an outstanding penalty killer, and that really wins games in playoffs.
This is the Carl Hagelin that was on the Pens?
On the Pens, yeah. One back-to-back with the Pens, right?
Yeah, back-to-back. Part of the HBK line.
Yeah.
Another thing about the Caps, one of their top 4 defensemen, Michael Kempney, is out. He tore his hamstring, so he's not coming back for the playoffs.
Pooh.
It doesn't. They do. They do have good defensive depth, though. So I mean, they can bring in Christian Juice, another young guy who actually played last year. So yeah, I think they'll be fine. I think this is a pretty easy prediction, to be completely honest.
I have a quick question. I'm going to direct it at Frankie.
Yeah.
You said how this is pretty much the same team that won the Cup last year. different coach though.
Different coach.
How do you think that's going to come into effect or impact the team in the postseason?
Honestly, I was really hesitant about rerouting. There was at one point in the year where the Capitals were on a 10-game win streak right before their All-Star break, and they've been playing honestly pretty lights out since then. I thought he was kind of losing the room. He was with the team for many years with Barry Trotz before he actually became the head coach. He was actually the favorite to be hired by them before they hired Barry Trotz. So he was already with them when they had. So so he's been there forever. A lot of the guys are close with him. They seem to like him.
He needs to use Rogaine.
He's losing that hair clip.
Out there is really bad.
That's what Coach Inobi does. He comes drunk to half the games. I think that's not that big.
Your prediction, team and game.
I think Carolina's stealing 2. I think they're young, they're fast. Their building's gonna be loud. It's gonna be a tough place to win. So I'm taking Caps in 6, but the Caps will win the series.
Okay, I have Caps in 5 for that one.
There we go.
All right.
I'll take the Caps in 5. Why not?
Okay.
Next we got our boys in black and gold versus the New York Islanders. Temp, you take us away.
This is an interesting one.
Just a disclaimer. Me and Jack, is obviously a Pens fan, but I am also a Pens fan. I'm going to start out with the Islanders here. A lot of question marks coming into this season. Lost John Tavares. Fans were, I think they were mad about that. What would you say?
It seemed like
I don't know.
But that lost Tavares. No real high expectations for this year. New coach.
Great coach.
Who's their new coach?
Barry Trotz. Honestly, Barry Trotz, one of the best coaches in the NHL.
Yeah, great coach.
He's fantastic. Great guy too. His team.
Definitely a big part of their success is Barry Trotz.
100%. He should win Coach of the Year. You think?
I don't know.
Actually, that's a tough question.
I can't say no because that's the candidates. Like I can't even.
There are a lot of good candidates here. He's already won one too. He's kind of had his He's got high expectations for himself, so he might not win.
Like the NBA, are awards like that, are they regular season awards or is it a whole season?
Regular season.
Okay, alright, gotcha.
Okay, so Islanders, last season, they gave up the most goals against, and this season, they gave up the least goals against.
Crazy.
I don't know what the stat was on that, but it was since 1900
That's
the team has done that from last to first.
That's nuts. Really is.
They're led by Matt Barzal. He had 62 points this year. Not really stats that stick out at you, but the next is Josh Bailey with 56 points, and nothing that really sticks out, but a lot of depth. Definitely the best fourth line in hockey.
Easily. Maybe even the best third, honestly. Yeah.
20 goals as the fourth line center.
Mm-hmm. Can't beat that.
And then another big reason for their success, Robin Lehner and Thomas Greiss. Two of the best goalies in the league. Lehner had a .930 save percentage, 213 goals against.
.930 save percentage is nuts.
Greiss had a .927 save percentage and a .228 goals against. So, just outstanding years for both of them. I'm thinking that the Islanders will start Lehner in the first game. Slightly better numbers, and Greiss is a former Penguin. I don't know if that's a big deal, but
you don't want to play a goalie.
That you lit up in practice.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting Crosby knows exactly where to score on him. He's not playing.
And they don't score a ton of goals, and they also have the third worst power play this year.
Yeah, they'll beat you 2-1 if they do.
Exactly. They rely on defense. You got anything else for the Islanders?
No. I mean, all I have led by defense, Lehner, Greiss. Let's throw it to the Pens. How about this? 13 straight years.
Longest NHL playoff streak now. 13 years. That is truly impressive.
Yeah, that's getting up to what the Red Wings were doing in the 90s and early 2000s.
I feel like a lot of fans take that for granted, but that is just absolutely incredible to be in the playoffs every year.
Let me interrupt you for 1 sec. Pittsburgh went 2-1-1 on the season series. Both teams actually went 2-1-1.
Yeah, we had a shootout loss in there somewhere. Penguins led by Sidney Crosby. He had
I never heard of her.
He hit 100 points this year. I think that's the 6th time in his career he's done that. Phil Kessel, 82 points. And Jake Gensel, 76. He scored 40 goals this year. Yeah.
Crazy.
And then Malkin had 72. He missed 14 games to injury this year.
He would have been over 80.
And I wanted to add that the Penguins had a pretty tough year on injuries. But it appears that everyone should be healthy for playoffs. They have Zach Aston-Reese out now.
Letang has been out for a bit.
Letang just came back.
Yeah.
Malkin just came back. Let me see if there's anyone else. That's it. But everyone really battled an injury this year, and I think they're getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. I mean, teams that make the playoffs that many times in a row, they got to play so many extra games. I mean, that just happens.
Yeah, that
happens early on.
I don't really have much else to say about them.
Yeah, I mean,
they've
every time the Pens are in and they still have Crosby, they're going to be one of the favorites. So
they have
Swaygo.
experience. They have
I honestly think
Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. That core has been to 4 cups.
And I think Mike Sullivan, top 3 coach in the NHL. He's
Mike
fantastic.
Sullivan's excellent. And
a
bunch of guys that really know how to turn it on.
Definitely.
When the playoffs come too.
Definitely.
So that's all I got.
Should we throw out the predictions?
I got Pens in 6 for that one. I could really see the Islanders stealing 2 games between, like I said, a great defensive team and, like Frankie said, it could be a 2-1 game. Big struggle for the Penguins this year was giving up shorthanded goals, and I'm not sure.
You never know.
I'm not sure with the Islanders how many shorthanded.
Probably decent. They probably have a good penalty kill. Honestly, if they're giving up that few goals,
their fourth line is so good.
Yeah.
Those are probably penalty
and you
killers,
never know on the power play too. Like the puck hops over your stick or something.
Yeah.
Break. You never know.
Yeah.
I have Pens in 5. I really just don't think the Islanders have a shot in this. Good to see them back in it too. But yeah, I think Pens will be all over them in this one.
I'm gonna take the Pens in 4.
Sweet.
What was I gonna say? Islanders home games, is that gonna be in the
first round?
Barclays or
First round is in Nassau. If they make it to the second round, it'll be in Barclays. That's weird. It is a mess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to an Islanders Pens game last year at the Barclays, and it's a great facility, and it's meant for basketball really, but like for hockey I didn't think it was a good stadium.
It's weird looking.
Wait, they call the other one the Coliseum.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, it's smaller. I've never been there. From what I hear, it's smaller, and I feel like that'd just be like a good playoff hockey atmosphere.
Yeah, like in Winnipeg. Winnipeg's, what do they hold? It holds like 14,000, honestly, Winnipeg Stadium. But it's the loudest in the NHL, though.
Yeah. Now that you're talking about that, I want to add the New York Islanders were last this year in attendance.
Oof.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's weird.
Yeah, I would think Florida.
12,000 a game. Florida is above them. So it's kind of weird because they seemed like they had
something going on.
Yeah, they did.
That's
and
weird.
then I think the Tavares games really
honestly
got that going.
They got overhyped.
True.
Yeah, that was. And then the other games, they're 12,000. Nothing great, especially for a playoff team.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, even the Canes started selling out towards the end of the year. Honestly, it's crazy.
All right, I think that wraps up the East, Jack.
Yeah.
Should we give our conference final for the East now, or are we doing that at the end?
No, we'll do it at the end.
Okay, cool.
All right, so first up in the West, we have the Calgary Flames versus the Colorado Avalanche. Whose turn?
I think is it me? It doesn't matter. We're good.
We're just going back.
Yeah. I'll just hop in. I gotta
jump in when I'm ready.
I have a couple.
I actually have some great stats.
Yeah, this is a cool series. I'm really excited. This is honestly probably the series I'm most excited about. You have 2 young stars in Johnny Gaudreau on Calgary, Nathan McKinnon on Colorado. Both had 99 points during the year. Johnny Gaudreau, actually a Jersey kid from right by Philly, my home. Great place.
Nice.
But Calgary, they win the Western Conference for the first time since 88, 89. Guess what happened that year, Jack?
You were born?
Nope. They beat Wayne Gretzky's Oilers in the conference finals and went on to win the Stanley Cup.
Wow.
So, Colorado, though, very hot going into the playoffs. 8-0-2 to finish the year, to sneak into that
and
West wildcard spot.
I'll add to that, they had, right before that, they had an 8-game winless streak.
Mm-hmm.
They had, at one point, Landeskog and Rantanen were out.
Yeah, 2 of the top scorers.
So, they really put it together down the stretch to get in.
Season series, Calgary went 3-0. They haven't played in a pretty long period of time. They got their games out of the way early on, so they haven't seen each other in quite a bit. But, should be a great series. I'm really excited to see this one. I feel like Calgary won the Western Conference. They're either second and third in the total league standings, and they're getting overlooked by a lot of people. Nobody's really picking them to go far. Everyone has them either losing in the second round, or honestly, they could see them losing to Colorado. I feel like Calgary is a team that is a little bit overlooked. I think they're very good. Mark Giordano on D.
Yeah, they had
Chance to win Norris Trophy for Defenseman of the Year. So
5 70-point scores this year, including
Crazy.
Giordano.
Yeah.
Matthew Tkachuk, is he a rookie or second year?
Yeah, I think it's his second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
Great season. Sean Monahan, not really a name you hear a lot.
He's always been solid though, just never flashy or anything.
Yeah, great year for him.
It's that line. Is
82
that
points.
line? It's Gaudreau, Monahan, and Tkachuk, right? Or is it like Backlund or something on there?
Is Lynn? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Lindholm might be on that line actually.
Lindholm a winger?
Yeah,
one of those Monahan's a.
I think Gaudreau might be the center. I don't
think Gaudreau's the center. Or
if he is, he's way too small to be a center.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, are there anything else you gotta add there?
No, that's all I had.
All right. So.
Actually, one more thing. I'm sorry. Rantanen was questionable for Game 1, but it looks like he's going to go now. And he's Colorado's number 2 scorer.
Yeah, I think he played their last game.
He did. I think he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Flames, despite having the best record in the West, they're just above 500 since the All-Star break. Not coming in super hot. Colorado is coming in hot, good down the stretch. So, interesting stats here. The Flames have 118 goals for in the third period and 64 goals against in the third period. That's a plus 54, and that leads the National Hockey League.
Wow. They know how to put teams away.
Gabriel Landeskog has 20 third period goals. And there's also a stat I was looking for I couldn't find. The Avs have, I believe it's 54 goals in the last 5 minutes.
Of the game?
Third.
That is honestly, young teams like that, though, they get when they get,
what you get Gaudreau and McKinnon, and then those third period stats, I just...
Oh, these two teams can fly,
It could
too.
be...
Oh, this is going to be a great series.
I think this might be the best first-round matchup.
I don't know if it's the best matchup, but it's the series I'm most excited to watch. I'll say that. There's a few good...
definitely.
Yeah. But, this should be a really
good one.
And
then my question mark for the Flames is their goaltending.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. It always is in the playoffs, really.
Yeah.
It always comes down to it.
They split games this year between Rittich and Mike Smith. Rittich had the better stats. A pretty good year. Nothing too great, but I'm thinking Rittich will get the start. I'll add to that Grubauer for the Avalanche.
Former Cap.
Yeah, former Cap. He was great closing out the season for them. A big reason on why they got in.
Yeah, we watched him play St. Louis one night. Oh, Grubauer was fantastic. He made 5 phenomenal saves, honestly.
So I guess it's my turn for the prediction.
Yeah. Throw that out there.
So I think the Flames have more depth. I think they are the better team.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Flames are going to win in 7 games.
All right.
Colorado has a great team, obviously, but I think Colorado will force it to 7 due to the Flames goaltending.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Flames are just overall a better team. A little bit, few more. They're still young, but a few more veterans in there, mixed in there than Colorado has. I think it feels to me that Colorado is a year away from taking that next step.
And it really depends how that first line Colorado does. McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog.
Yeah, definitely.
They score probably a third
of their goals. Easily. But I have Flames in 6, so I have
6. Okay. All right.
Cool.
Jack, want to move on?
Can I just say, this next series to me is by far the hardest to predict.
Really?
By far.
Yeah. All right,
how about you do Stars Preds?
Let's do Stars Preds, because this one kind of is a
okay.
boring one. This is an easy one. We'll do this one quick.
Oh, I didn't get my prediction. Flames in 4. I don't know. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Flames are a good team.
All right.
You start. Start over here.
Start. Introduce this one, Jack.
We got the Nashville Predators facing the Dallas Stars. Take it away,
Dallas
one of you.
Stars.
Okay.
That's a cool song.
So,
so stupid.
Thank you, Frankie.
Very Preds have on ice in this one. The Stars were kind of like randomly a playoff team.
Yeah, they
That's
were
how
a
I
random
kinda
team.
see it.
They're really random for them.
Mid-season, their CEO called out Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin. Said they weren't producing enough. I don't know if
Literally, literally the only two good
Sure,
players.
that goes over well.
Yeah, I don't know if that turned it around for them, but they had a good finish. Ben Bishop has been outstanding this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had an injury.
I forget their backup's name.
I think he only played 40-some games, but he was first in save percentage, .934, and second in goals against, .198.
Wow.
Yeah, and you got Tyler Seguin leading the way for the Stars. He had 80 points.
Best looking guy in the NHL by far. If you haven't seen him, look him up right now. Tyler Seguin, beautiful man.
And then we got Radulov. I don't know his first name.
Alexander, is that it? It's something Russian.
Sounds good enough. 72 points for him and 53 points for Jamie Benn.
A little off year for Ben. Off year.
Yeah, off year. Terrible tape jobs.
Terrible style in general.
No visor.
He's the guy. He's so old school.
He really looks awful.
He's way too
but
old school.
He tucks a bunch home. Yeah,
Good looking dude.
All right, and then I'll move on to the Preds now. They've struggled a little bit since the All-Star game. Everyone in the Central besides the Blues really have.
Don't show me that.
But they won 5 of their last 6 coming into the playoffs.
That Central's been a little bit of a mess lately.
Yeah.
It is a good division.
The
Blues almost stole it. They came out of nowhere.
Yeah. They're led by Ryan Johansson. He had 64 points. And then Roman Josi is actually next in points, 56. Arvidsson, or we have Forsberg with 50, and then Arvidsson with 48. Arvidsson broke the Predators' single-season goal-scoring record with 34 goals. And then we have Pekka Rinne in goal. Another good year for him. And then let's see the Predators have the worst power play in the league this year.
Which is actually crazy to think about
because
they have a bomb, they have a Subban slap one-timer for the top.
Yeah,
game.
and I'll say this now because Frankie, I tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
The teams that are led by their defensemen scoring-wise, that is not a good recipe in the playoffs.
Yep.
Those defensemen, you have Roman Josi's second in their team on points.
Yep.
And then all of their defensemen really contribute.
You need your D playing D in the playoffs. You need your forwards.
The D have to play D. They're not going to be taking chances, and you take one chance, and it's an odd man rush the other way. So that doesn't happen. So their forwards are going to have to get it done.
And
the Stars, I really don't see any way the Stars could win this series. They don't have a good team.
Yeah, they're just not.
I really don't know how they snuck in, and they snuck in kind of comfortably too.
I got a few more things here. So Dallas back in playoffs, missed the past 2 years. I actually think they won a series last time they were in the playoffs.
They were good.
They were good.
They won the scoring title that 1 year.
And this is Nashville's second straight division title. They were in the Cup 2 years ago. Had the best record during the regular season last year.
Western Conference champions last year.
Yeah, Western Conference champs. They hung the banner for that. But I think that's all I have for that. If you want to slide in predictions, you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
You got it for you go.
Didn't I go?
Did you go first last time?
What did we do last? I
okay.
Go ahead.
I'm taking Preds in 6. I think I can see Dallas winning 1 or 2 at home. Preds in 5 or 6, but Preds will win the series easily.
5 or 6, which one?
We'll go 6. We'll say 6.
All right. I had Preds in 5. Predators weren't really that impressive this year, but they'll clean it up a little bit in the playoffs.
They also have a great coach. Peter Levy is fantastic coach.
At least enough to beat the Stars first round.
Yeah, absolutely. No
Preds
shot.
in 5.
There's a few series that it's like, you're sure he's doing this is one.
Yeah.
It's like Nashville.
Preds in 5.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah. Cool. And we're gonna go to the Winnipeg Jets versus the St. Louis Blues.
Another very, very tough series to predict.
This is probably. I know that you and I both love this series.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest teams in the NHL.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Blues they're mean. They're nasty. This series is gonna get nasty. Honestly,
this will be a.
Yeah, it's gonna be a full one.
At least.
I'll start for this one. The Winnipeg goaltending is my biggest question mark for them coming into this. Connor Hellebuyck didn't really have a great playoff last year. Winnipeg lost in the conference finals last year to the Vegas Golden Knights. We'll get to them soon, but goaltending is my biggest question mark from them. Have not played great down the stretch, like most
Not
teams
at all.
in the Central.
Under 500 since the All-Star break.
And then if we throw into the goaltending on the other side, Jordan Binnington should win Rookie of the Year easily. He's 24-5-1 this year.
Mm-hmm.
That is unheard of.
I'll
That's
add
literally unheard
that with my goaltending stats. 4th in save percentage, 927, and he led all goalies in goals against average, 189. That is
189 is. The
that's
Blues were.
and he is a rookie.
Yeah.
And he stepped in the middle of the season. He really saved the Blues season.
The Blues were dead last in the NHL on January 1st, and now honestly they were a game away from winning the division. Really, it's insane to think about that turnaround they had.
Frank, I tell you all the time, the Blues were a high school team.
Yeah,
for the first 2 months of the season. Ryan O'Reilly, what a year!
Yeah,
really led them. Tarasenko is getting hot right now.
he was hurt for a little bit, right?
Yeah, O'Reilly had 77 points. Tarasenko, a few injuries, 68 points.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of depth scoring. Then pretty good defense as well in front of Binnington.
Yeah, Petrangelo is a good player.
Yeah,
they got some big dudes, like some big guys. Who can beat you up. They'll beat you up. That's how they win.
I'll give my take on the Jets now.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're under 500 since the All-Star break. Wheeler led the way for them, 91 points.
Good year for him.
71 assists. I think that was the franchise
for
assists.
Yeah.
Shifley, 84 points.
Shifley is going to be their X factor in the playoffs. It's him.
Yeah.
It was him last year. Got to be him again.
Connor Kyle, 66 points. Good year for him.
Michigan guy right there.
And then, let's. I'm going to talk about Patrick Laine for a little bit.
The next Ovechkin, everybody thought.
Yeah. Patrick Laine, was his third year?
Yeah.
Third year, I believe.
Yeah, he came in with Austin Matthews.
Yeah. Was he second overall?
He was second overall.
Yeah. So Patrick Laine was a second overall pick 3 years ago. Had a good rookie year. Showed all the promise in the world. Had a little bit of an off year last year. Still pretty good. This year got out to a great start. Had 19 in his first.
I know he was way ahead of.
Yeah, 19 in his first 22. He was tearing it up. Finished with 30 goals, 20 assists for 50 points. 11 goals in his last 60 games.
Yeah.
And that is just pathetic.
It really is. Especially for a guy who's a designated sniper. He's literally there to score.
We've gone over so many young guys that are leading their team right now. And he
went backwards a lot.
Yeah, he regressed so much. He was a minus 24 on the year as well. And that 11 goals in 60 game really sticks out to me, especially because he's on the power play, and a lot of it is set up for him. His shot from the left side. So Laine is going to have to be good.
Yeah, they need someone to score goals.
They're not playing well. Laine needs to turn it up, and if he doesn't, I think the Jets are done.
Yeah.
So with that, anything else?
I just want to say, hockey is a sport where home ice advantage isn't that big of a deal, honestly. I mean, there's a few advantages you get, but nothing that's going to change the game drastically. But that Winnipeg whiteout, I mean, it's the loudest stadium in the NHL. Yeah. It is a very, very, very tough place to win. And they have the home ice advantage, they do, right? I'm not mistaken. Okay. St. Louis they're going to have to steal one there, and that's not easy to do. I know Vegas did it last year, and that was the only team to knock them out. So, but we slide into predictions for this one?
Yeah. Is this my turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me hear it.
So I'm so high on the Blues. I'm really confident in them. I think they avoid that Game 7 and win it in 6.
See, now that I'm looking at this, it's going to be tough for them to do, but I'm also very high on the Blues. I think they are completely turned around. They're a great team. I'm taking Blues in 7 in an absolute dogfight. This is going to be a great series.
If that went to 7 games, that game would be a dogfight in itself.
Yeah. Tough place to win a Game 7, though, Winnipeg.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see another great series.
I'm going to go Blues in 6 because I like smooth jazz.
Good. Cool logo. Blues have one of the best logos in sports, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I really do like the logo.
I like the logo, too. And since you guys want to skip over this one, we're going to go back to it. We have the Sharks versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Take it away.
You know I'm not a Vegas fan, right?
Frankie.
I need to start with this one. I got a lot to say about this one.
Yeah, you.
I'm not a Vegas guy at all.
You have no reason at all to
I
dislike
so,
Vegas.
So Frankie doesn't like Vegas because they had a great expansion draft. And speaking of that, since I mentioned that, I think the NHL will change the format.
Yes, they will. They won't do that for Sat. They can't have that happen.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are mad about that, honestly.
Yeah.
The fact that Vegas went. I mean, it was cool to see that, but
but Frankie does not like the Knights.
I don't.
Tell us
No,
why.
the team is fine. I just think in 3 years, when they're not the top team in the NHL anymore, nobody's gonna care.
See, I don't know. I mean, if
I just think they were
if it's
overhyped.
Vegas, people are gonna need something to do.
Sure.
Go get drunk.
I mean, the visiting teams, if it's a big market, they'll get a lot. I mean, they'll get a lot of fans.
but they're set up.
They are set
up
up.
to
They
win
are set.
for a few years.
But I mean, going back on myself, Vegas they've been playing pretty well. At the deadline they added Mark Stone, probably the biggest deadline pickup at the time from the Ottawa Senators. He is a fantastic two-way player who can bury it.
He's actually a Selke candidate.
Is he actually?
I don't know.
He could.
I don't know.
He is,
they didn't
honestly.
release the candidates,
But
but
he's probably up
I'm
there.
just saying, like,
He should
my
be.
opinion. Yeah,
He should be.
Yeah. 200-foot player.
Throw Pacioretty in there. They got him in the offseason, leading scorer from the Canadiens, the captain of the Canadiens. They got in the offseason. Best depth in the NHL. Literally, it's like they have 4 lines who do the exact same thing. They play the exact same way.
Right.
Great coach.
Yeah, because
They got a bunch of role players.
Right, yeah.
They got like the
they
best
took
role
second
players.
liners from all the other
Every
teams,
line is
so-
basically a second line.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But now we throw it to San Jose.
All right.
San Jose. I'll let you talk about San Jose. 'Cause
All right.
Listen up, Kev.
San Jose, as I mentioned earlier, there were 3 teams in this playoff that I think were cup or bust, and San Jose is absolutely one of those teams. They lost to the Pens 3 years ago now. They're in the playoffs.
This was a series last year, by the way. Vegas won in 5, right? 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah, I know Vegas beat them pretty handily though.
Yeah,
Just to get in
but
the conference
It
final.
was getting losing
Okay.
second round.
Yeah, so the times that win for them is now, and of course, Joe Thornton is getting earlier, so that's kind of looming for them as well. They really want to get him a cup. Not coming in hot, 3-8-1 in their last 12, and then another question mark for me, their points leader, Brent Burns, their defenseman.
Yeah.
83 points. Thomas Hertl, 74. Logan Couture had a great year, 70 points. And then a lot of depth though. Meyer, Pavelski, Kane, LeBlanc.
Has
Thornton.
even heard? I feel like I haven't even heard his name all year. I'm not even sure. I don't.
38 goals.
30. Oh, he did have that many.
Yeah, he had a great year. But all those guys I just mentioned are between 50 and 66 points. So some pretty good stats there. However, Martin Jones is not good. He's just not good.
Is that goalie?
Easy goalie, yeah.
Okay.
He's
He's honestly been one of the worst goalies.
So for stats, 896 save percentage. If you're below 900,
You shouldn't be starting.
something's wrong. You should not be starting. And a 294 goals against.
If you're that close to 3, you should be in the AHL.
Real close to 3 there. Not good at all. And also Erik Karlsson, I think he missed the last 17 games before the finale.
I think he played the finale. He'll be ready to
Just
roll.
thinking he might still be a little banged up.
Yeah.
Um,
So one thing I would want to say on San Jose, at the beginning of the year, if you made me look at every team's roster and made me pick the 2 teams that had the most talent, I would choose Tampa Bay and San Jose. And that's what makes the series so hard, because they've been awful this past month, and Vegas is a veteran team. They were there last year, who's been. I mean, they can get a roll. I mean, Vegas is so hard to win the playoffs. And nobody won last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, I just want to add probably an X factor, Marc-Andre Fleury of the Vegas Knights.
How could we not even mention him?
I was going to mention it if no one did.
Another good year for him. But he's the type of guy that is going to be ready for the playoffs.
Any team that has
100%.
Fleury. Any team that has Fleury.
Oh, I love it.
Any team that has Fleury. He was the reason they made it last year, honestly.
Yeah.
And this team. See, that's what.
He was lights out.
That's
last
what.
year.
Yeah, he was absolutely lights out last year. That's what's scary about Vegas. I mean, they made it to the Cup last year, and they've only gotten better, in my opinion. So, in terms of roster. I mean, the roster's always matched, but it seems they've gotten better. So, but this is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. The Western Conference matchups are tough. There's a few toss-ups in there. It's really tough.
You have Stars Preds. I don't think anyone could see that going 7.
Yeah.
Flames Avalanche could definitely
could go 7.
Yeah. Jets Blues, same.
Will go 7.
Sharks Knights.
Will go 7.
Some
Honestly,
great matchups there.
And see, the thing about this series too is each of these teams could either lose in the first round or make it to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So this is a tough one.
Predictions. Temp.
You right? You give me
Conference Finals and Cup.
No.
This series.
The series?
We didn't get the series yet.
Oh. Knights in 6.
Knights in 7. Sorry, Kev.
I'll take Knights in 6. Let's go Flurry.
All right, so we moving on to further predictions here.
Yeah, we'll just do conference finals predictions, and then Stanley Cup winners. I don't know how much. I mean, you guys talked a good amount about each team.
We'll run through
So,
this.
Whatever. So.
Actually, let me kind of say one more thing for those bettors out there listening. I just want to give the odds.
Oh, okay.
For this year, just real quick.
Yeah.
I'll just bet. Lightning 2-1 to win. Crazy.
They
They really are. It's honestly, it feels like it's Lightning versus the field.
Yeah, that's our bet.
But it's like 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a toss up though.
Yeah.
Bruins Caps tied in second in odds 9-1. Flames Sharks, Preds Knights, Pens Blues Jets, and then Leafs. They're all around like from 9-1 to 16-1. So all in the same general area. In terms of that. So really, the NHL's given how many teams are here? About like what's that? 10 teams?
Yeah.
They're giving 10 teams at least somewhat of a shot to win, which is cool, because I feel like a lot of other sports really, it's only you got your clear favorites at the beginning. I mean, there's 10 teams that can win this thing, really.
Yeah, it's not basketball.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, like, we know how that is. You have no idea how this goes.
Best playoffs in all sports.
Yeah.
I know that Jack doesn't get much hockey on this show.
Most people don't. Yeah.
Maybe
most people don't get
maybe
that.
he'll get some more if me and Frankie did a good job, but
Yeah, but all right, let's start with the East. Let's just get this over with. Let's get the East.
East?
I wasn't done yet.
Oh, you keep going.
I was gonna say that the NHL playoffs are hands down the best playoffs in sports.
Wow.
There's really nothing like the sudden death overtime as well.
Sure.
And
It's so scary.
The Stanley Cup is also the hardest trophy to win.
And the coolest looking.
Oh,
That and the World Series.
So if anyone
True.
who listens wants to argue me on that,
Yeah.
We can do that.
It just, I mean, going. I don't know. I like the Stanley Cup playoffs. I even though like football is probably my favorite sport, I realize how intense and like great the hockey playoffs are, and just like a few years, it must have been like what 2012 or something, 2011 when an 8 seed won it all.
Kings.
The Kings, like that's you're never gonna see that in other sports, really. That's cool to see.
Other thing too, honestly, thanks to Vegas, even though I hate you guys so much, the ratings for last year's Stanley Cup were honestly just as high as the NBA Finals, which it was never like
that's
that.
crazy.
It was never like that.
Yeah.
In the past. Like seriously, thank you Vegas for that, because you're getting the game a lot of recognition out there. It's cool.
yeah, and you hate them for no reason.
I have my reasons. We won't get into that. We'll do a podcast later on that.
Or do you want to do East first?
Let's do East, so I can just hear what he says first, and he can hear what I says first, and we can just get that out of the way and not talk about it.
All right.
10.
So there's a little bit of an elephant in the room here between me and Frankie.
Between the Pens and the Caps.
As I said, I'm a Pens fan. He's a Caps fan. That being said, there's no way I could really pick the Caps, and there's no way that Frankie could really pick the Pens. So you can just keep that in mind. My conference finals for the East, Tampa Bay Lightning and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Frankie?
Tampa Bay Lightning and the Washington Capitals.
I'm going to go different. Just because what we were talking about, like the unpredictableness of the NHL playoffs, I'm going to go big upset Bruins over Lightning.
And you know what? That could easily happen, though.
I mean,
it could.
Yeah.
It really could. I feel like that second round series for Tampa Bay will not be easy. They're either playing Toronto or Boston.
Then I'm going to go Bruins Pens.
Okay. That'd be cool. That'd be cool, honestly.
Yeah.
Bruins Preds would be cool.
All right,
They played in the conference finals a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Frankie, you could give me your West now.
I had to sleep on this one. I had an extremely, extremely hard time picking this one. I got the Vegas Golden Knights and the St. Louis Blues.
Ooh.
Spoiler alert here. I have the same two teams. Yeah, like I said, we had no idea of each other's predictions, so there's nothing
I
like
swear.
that.
I mean, who do you have? Do you have Tampa in the East? Do you have Tampa
Yes.
coming out of the East? I also have Tampa. I have Tampa in 6.
Yeah.
And all right, you give me.
I'm just gonna go Predators, Knights. I feel like I always pick the Predators every year to go far.
Mm-hmm.
And then Knights because of my man Fleury. I'm not gonna pick against them.
Honestly, any team in the Central or even the Sharks.
Yeah.
Even the Flames. Like nobody's picking the Flames. I mean, they're good.
Aren't they the best in the West,
They're
right?
the best in the West.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's picking them. It's a pretty crazy thing. But and in my West final, I have Vegas beating St. Louis in 6 games. You have the same thing. He gave me the look like he did.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, I think the world of the Blues.
He's a big Blues guy over here.
That's
a shame if they make it to the Cup there, because then they'll be 0-4 in there.
Yeah, I don't care. But, but anyways, Blues turned it around, really turned into a completely different team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick them over the Knights in 7 games.
Wow.
I'm gonna take Knights over Predators.
And
At Fleury.
then so we got Tampa Blues from Temp. We got
Pens, Knights.
Pens, Knights. And then I got Knights Bulls.
So you want me to go first?
Let's let Jack go first.
Yeah, because my opinion doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go just to.
You have a Preds Pens rematch.
No, I don't. Knights.
Oh, Knights Pens.
I'm gonna go Knights over Pens just so I'm not feel a little biased and just to see Fleury hoist the cup again. That'd be cool.
It would be cool. He's a legend.
All right.
Yes.
So, I have Lightning over the Blues in 5 games. Like I said, I keep talking about the Blues and how great they are, but if the Lightning met the Blues in the Stanley Cup Final, they would absolutely destroy them.
Yeah. I didn't want to pick the Lightning, I really did. It's just so hard to pick against them. They're just so clear and away the best roster. But I mean, honestly, the best roster and the best team in the regular season hardly wins the NHL. It's just the way it goes. But I have Tampa over Vegas in 5. Vegas, sorry. You're going out in 5 in the Cup 2 years in a row.
Poor Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, poor Vegas. They had a team for 2 years. They're going to make it the Cup.
For real.
What
Wait,
did
my
the
whole
Caps
life.
do in their first year?
Caps?
Yeah.
Like 4 wins. The Flyers won pretty early on when they got their team, though. They were the first expansion team to Then they went back to back, and now they're just.
I mean, how many years has it been for them?
First year.
What's up, the Flyers? Don't even look.
45? They won in 75, right?
Yeah, 75.
75.
So
74. They won 74.
It's been, all I know is it's been like 16,000 days because that weird.
Yeah, I saw that.
For some reason.
Yeah. No, it should be a good playoff, though. You got a Masters prediction for this weekend you want to throw out there?
Do I have one?
Yeah, tell me. You got anybody you think is going to win?
Well, we did talk about that
Okay.
last episode, but I'm going to root for Tiger.
Yeah,
Because I just want to. Don't we all want to see greatness?
Yeah,
I mean, we were too young to witness what he like.
Yeah.
What he like in his dominant era. The guy we talked about though, Tommy Fleetwood. I think
Okay.
he's coming out like.
Is he an American?
What?
Is he an American?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Mm.
But he's flying under the radar.
Okay.
Yeah, Fleetwood.
Yeah, I love the Masters. Sunday will be a good day. So the Masters and hockey on Sunday too. This weekend.
Yeah,
all
I
day, as you
hate that.
said.
I hate that those afternoon
You hate the
playoff
afternoon
games.
games, really?
The playoff
I
games
like the afternoon
afternoon.
games. Yeah, I like those.
I don't like them.
Don't some games start at noon?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They got noon, 3, and then like an 8 probably.
What are the chances you wake up for those?
The Caps play on But it's
Um,
at 3.
Jack, can you tell me a bit about Ricky Fowler? Does he have a chance in the Masters?
I don't think so. This year, at least. I mean, I don't. I tend to root against him just to spite TJ, Kevin's brother, who's a
Don't
huge
root
Ricky,
against Ricky Fowler.
who's a huge Ricky fan.
Come on, don't root
He's got the best style on
Don't
tour.
root
That's
against
true.
him. He does.
But I'll take my bias out of it. He's gonna win at some point. He's gonna win a major at some point. I don't see it being this Sunday though.
Okay. What about Maverick? Wasn't he good?
Yeah, he comes in at the best odds to win. But
Really? Wow.
yeah, I don't know. I don't see him either. And like a lot of us we talked about, yeah, I don't know. Kevin's not big on him either.
Yeah. I'll be rooting for Tiger.
Has Spieth been? He collapsed at the Masters 2 years ago.
Yeah, and he has honestly not been the same at all since.
Yeah, because when he started winning, he was. Some people were calling him like the next great.
Yeah.
Like really early.
Yeah,
Jack Lawler was.
He was on a roll.
Yeah, no, he was so young and had such great success early on, and I mean he's really ever since his big collapse in the Masters in 2017, I believe, when he lost to no name and Danny Willett. He really hasn't been the same at all. So, I mean, I feel like he's too talented that at some point I think he's going to get it together. I can't gauge when. Golf is just such a stupid, unreasonable sport. I hate golf so much, but yeah. I'm excited to see the Masters as well.
No, it's gonna be a great week. We got the national championship on in a bit too.
That's true. Yeah, we should probably. It's probably not tip off is in like a minute or two.
Oh, let's go.
Jack, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned to me that Chris Davis was 0 for his last 47, and that goes into last year. So this year he's 0 for 23. I'm not sure what their record is, but like
That's the record.
47 is the record.
For like
He just set the record. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not even on base or just?
He's been walked twice.
Okay.
So his on base,
I was,
yeah,
it's
it's
2
still
for 49.
It's still terrible.
Still absolutely horrific.
Wow.
0 for 23 to start the year, and his contract I think is 168 million, which is 161. 7 years, 161 million. How long do you think he can go?
Baltimore.
Any guesses how long he can go without getting a hit? We're gonna go by this season.
We'll take a look.
Or actually, we'll go by last season because 0 for 47 is like I said, a record.
I think he's getting to 51. I think this got to hit soon. Are you kidding me? 0 for 47 is unheard of.
Jeez, that's absolutely
See,
absurd.
they play the Athletics the next 3 games.
You can squeeze one in there. Yeah.
He is he's 0 for 3 in tonight's game right now.
Good for him.
Athletics and then Red Sox for 4. Rays for 3. I mean, those are all pretty good pitching teams.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
He can make like 100.
That'd be fun. I mean, if he gets to 100,
You got it.
something's good.
He's got to be in the Hall of Fame.
He's not gonna get they're not gonna give him the chance to get to 100. What I'm saying.
I feel a little bad.
It's just the worst managed
I
team
know,
in
for
the
real.
league.
I feel a little bad for the guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's going on a cold
he's making close to 200 million
He
and
needs
over his
to swallow. He
MLB
needs to swallow
career,
that
but I
stuff.
still feel bad for him.
True. Yeah.
I mean, he has not produced since he signed that contract,
Yeah.
so it's.
Yeah.
We got off topic there.
Yeah,
We kind of did.
Sports. Hey, go sports.
Yes, we love sports.
Yes, we do.
I guess.
I'm sure everyone wants to hear about Chris Davis.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I guess we'll wrap this up.
Sweet, that was fun.
Thanks for all the insight.
Yeah, you got it.
I knew probably like 0.5% of what you guys said, so thank you for making us a more well-versed podcast in the hockey field. Yeah.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us. If this went well, maybe we can be on
Roll
again
Blues.
sometime.
Hey, roll Blues.
Yeah, roll Blues. Roll Blues. Don't let me down.
That was just good.
Yeah. Let's go Pens. Let's go Bucks.
Yeah, let's go.
Go
Bucks.
Phils. Go
Phils.
Phils.
Steelers.
Maybe I can get on the pod sometime. We could talk about the Pirates.
Yeah.
You know, if anyone,
Mid-season.
for all the 3 people that care.
Facts. Yeah. And, like we'll do maybe mid-season awards.
But yeah, don't sleep on the Pirates. That's all. That's the last thing I gotta say.
All right.
Yeah, well, I know that. Thanks for joining us, and you can follow the show at Hogline Podcast on Instagram. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us. See ya.
That was fun.
Yeah, good time, boys.
Agreed. That was well done.
I love